Coming up, new research shows medications may not be the best way to treat insomnia. We'll tell you what experts are saying. Plus, details on a new internet service program for low-income households in Kansas. Those stories and more straight ahead on 13 News This Morning.
Live, local, experienced. This is 13 News This Morning, Kansas News Leader.
Good morning and welcome back into 13 News This Morning. Glad you're along with us. I'm Melissa Willits alongside Jared Broyles and Doug Myers. And it's Word Wednesday, guys. And this word I picked because I feel like people think that I make these words up. So this word and its meaning, it is neologize, which means to make or use new words or create new meanings for existing words. And this is a verb, so you would use it as an active
Use
word.
it in a sentence for us.
I'm not good at sentences. That's why I rely on you guys.
She doesn't do sentences, Doug. She just gives us individual words.
Every Wednesday morning.
There we go.
There you go.
I rely on you guys to come up with the sentences. I bring you the words so that I can challenge you a little bit too.
I like it. I'll have neologize.
Yeah, I just feel like people think some of the words we come up with are a little bit out there, but they're real words. I'm not neologizing.
There are times that it needs to be, there's not another word for that, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Just to use some of the those crazy words.
Yeah.
Well, it was cool when we stepped out this morning, and I know rain is in the forecast. So what are people walking out into this morning, and what will they be heading into when they head home this afternoon, Doug?
All right, we do have some clouds still left over from yesterday and last night, and it is 50 degrees, so pretty close to what we had yesterday at this time, as temperatures are generally around 50 in most areas. However, it is more in the mid-40s around the Concordia, Marysville, and Hiawatha area, so a little bit cooler up near the Nebraska-Kansas border. Our Capital Federal Live Storm Tracker still shows some leftover clouds, and the question is, how quickly will this cloud cover clear out and scatter out of the area? I do think here in the next couple of hours, I think we will have less clouds, so that's going to set us up with mostly sunny skies even as early as 9 o'clock and continuing throughout much of the day before we may have a little bit of an increase in cloud cover later on this afternoon as well. Temperatures will top out around 64 degrees with an east wind at 5 to 10 miles per hour, so still running about 10 degrees below average for this time of year, but it is dry. And that's most important because that's not going to be expected as we head towards Friday through the weekend, as we are going to be looking at rain likely making a return to the area. And we'll talk more about that coming up.
Sounds good, Doug. Thanks. Colonial Pipeline hopes to restore much of its operations by the end of the week.
Until then, government officials and industry experts say drivers shouldn't be making matters worse by panic buying fuel. Laura Podesta has the details.
Now, so I think we're going to go on a wild goose chase. This is worse than a hurricane.
Long lines like this are exactly what officials say is adding to the problems at gas stations around the southeast.
It's not that we have a gasoline shortage. It's that we have this supply crunch and that things will be back to normal soon.
The Energy Department waived some environmental and safety rules to speed up fuel deliveries.
We put a stop to the can sales today. People were coming in and loading, trying to buy, 5 and 10 cans worth of gasoline. They're just hoarding it.
The panic buying began after a ransomware attack targeted Colonial Pipeline on Friday, forcing the company to shut down. The 5,500-mile pipeline supplies 40% East Coast fuel. Shortages are in at least 7 states.
Panic buying of gas right now will create this artificial demand that will make all of this worse.
For some, the rush to buy fuel is conjuring up memories of stocking up on supplies at the start of the coronavirus pandemic.
I'm thinking the best scenario is going to be to have everybody stay at home, which we do have practice staying at home, right?
It reminds me of last March when everybody was going crazy buying up food.
Federal officials say they have no tolerance for price gouging, like what happened at this Virginia gas station.
A $2.99 gas station, which is a mile away, came back through here. It's $5.99 now. It's $6.59.
Colonial says it expects to be up and running by the end of the week. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
Florida, Virginia, North Carolina, and Georgia have declared states of emergency. American Airlines says it is adding stops to some long-haul flights so planes can refuel. According to the FBI, Colonial Pipeline was hit by a hacking group known as DarkSide, believed to be based in Russia. Jared.
The Department of Veterans Affairs is ready for walk-in COVID-19 vaccinations nationwide to eligible veterans, spouses, and caregivers. 13's Victoria Cassell is in the newsroom with more details. Victoria?
Good morning. That's right. Any VA healthcare clinic can give vaccines to eligible veterans. Under the Save Lives Act pushed by Senators Jerry Moran and John Tester, any VA healthcare clinic can administer vaccines to any eligible veteran, even if they're not enrolled in VA healthcare. Moran and Tester praise the convenience and urge veterans to get the vaccine. And COVID-19 booster shots are the new topic. A White House COVID-19 response team told officials a Senate committee yesterday those shots will be free. Both Pfizer and Moderna have said their vaccines may need follow-up doses within a year. Alyssa?
All right, thanks for that report, Victoria. Kansas Senator Roger Marshall wants to end extra unemployment benefits started during the pandemic, as Missouri's governor says his state will opt out of the federal programs. Marshall is among co-sponsors of the Get Americans Back to Work Act. He says Democrats forced through an additional $300 unemployment benefit that makes it more profitable for many people to stay unemployed. He says a Friday's jobs report showing an increase in unemployment is proof. Missouri Governor Mike Parson announced yesterday that his state will cut off all federal pandemic unemployment benefits effective June 12th, saying the jobs are out there. Governor Kelly is encouraging Kansans struggling with internet bills to apply for the FCC's emergency broadband program. The program, which opens today, provides discounted internet service to qualifying households. Eligible families can also get an up to $100 discount on a computer, laptop, or tablet after a $10 to $50 contribution toward the purchase price. Governor Kelly applauded the program, calling broadband a necessity for all Kansans. A link to the application and qualifications can be found at WIBW.com.
A longtime Topeka internist and expert on patients battling addictions is fighting back against medical marijuana here in the state. Dr. Eric Voth testified before Kansas lawmakers on the issue this session. He's part of a committee working on getting information out on the issue in Kansas and a dozen other states. Voth told us the industry push to get pot to veterans is a move to legalize marijuana for everyone, getting around the FDA approval process. He says it's not medical, it's mostly about money.
But there was a review just a little while ago that looked at all the various applications for pot, and they found that even the pain application was only marginally beneficial. And that whole list that they've submitted is nonsense. There's no science behind most of it, and very little, which is negative, behind the rest.
Answering claims that states should legalize marijuana for the tax benefits, Voth says Colorado is spending $4 on social services for every tax dollar they make from marijuana sales.
A proclamation from the mayor Tuesday night honored four-legged heroes in Topeka. Deputy Mayor Mike Padilla presented a proclamation last night that celebrated April 30th as National Therapy Animal Day. The goal of the day is to recognize and honor therapy animals and their human companions for all of their work. Several groups provide animal therapy, like Prairieland Visiting Animals Association. Therapy animals are used at places like Stormont Vale, St. Francis, Capper Foundation, and area schools.
We are delighted that the city has embraced this cause. National Therapy Animal Day is an opportunity to celebrate the wonderful things that therapy animals do for us all over the country, more specifically in Topeka. The fact that the city embraces us shows us once again that Topeka is a very animal-friendly community.
Council members also talked more about the capital improvement plan. City Manager Brent Trout discussed ways the city can use some surplus funds. One thing he recommended is using $2 million to finish open projects and nearly twice that, $4 million, toward fire department maintenance projects. Trout also says that he's hopeful the council will come to a decision by June 1st.
Now let's take a look at what's making medical headlines this Wednesday morning. New research shows the COVID-19 lockdown had a negative impact on children with severe obesity. Dutch researchers found lockdown measures have a substantial effect on the eating habits of children with severe obesity and decrease their activity by at least 2 hours a week. Long-term use of prescription medications for insomnia does not appear to help middle-aged women get better quality sleep. U.S. researchers looked at nearly 700 women over 2 years and found no difference in sleep quality or amount of sleep between women who took medications and those who didn't. Also, college students face a lot of pressure and stress, as we know. Now, new research shows therapy dogs may be the best medicine. Washington State University researchers found petting therapy dogs improves students' thinking and planning skills more than traditional stress management methods.
Well, this week in the WIBW garden, man, I cannot say that some days. The topic is one that most gardeners look forward to.
That's right. Today, Eric and Dave will be talking about tomatoes. Stick around for their tips and tricks for planting coming up around 6:20. But first, here's our good friend, Doug.
All right, speaking of the garden, what can we expect weather-wise? Well, we're going to be dry today and tomorrow. We have a chance of rain Thursday night into Friday, and then a better chance of rain over the weekend. So Mother Nature will be helping you out watering your gardens by the weekend. We'll talk more about what to expect with that coming up after the break.
This is First Alert Weather.
All right, we're in the green car this morning on our Palmer Log Road Risk Index with still some mid to high level clouds overhead from yesterday and last night. You can see that a little bit in Manhattan, but also starting to get some clearing taking place. So I think we will have, in general, mostly sunny skies for most of the day, although there's still some uncertainty there. We'll talk about that a little bit later with Supercast. 50 degrees right now in Manhattan, and most spots are right around 50. A little bit cooler up near the Nebraska-Kansas border with mid-40s for Concordia, Marysville, and Hiawatha. Pretty close to what we had yesterday at this hour. Concordia, 6 degrees cooler than what you had yesterday at this hour. And it's a little bit cooler out west in the 30s. In fact, 34 in Goodland is the cool spot across the state. By this afternoon, unseasonably cool once again, as temperatures will be in the upper 50s to mid 60s across the state. Generally mid 60s for many spots here in northeast Kansas with mostly sunny skies. And that's raining about 10 degrees below average for this time of year. We do warm up though with a southerly wind, as highs will be near 70 for many spots, low to mid 70s out in the western portions of the state. So warmer weather is on the way as we round out the work week, but rain chances also increase as well. Not much activity taking place across the region. You can see the cloud cover still left over from last night into early this morning. Again, the question is, how quickly will this cloud cover decrease through the day? Here's a look at Supercast showing the clouds clearing out a little bit, but then increasing once again around midday. I do not expect any rain for today, even though this Supercast continues to hint and maybe a few spotty rain showers or some sprinkles out in our western communities. I don't think that's going to occur, but at least some of this cloud cover may be accurate on how it's all going to play out for today. Now, this particular computer model shows that we are more sunny for the morning hours, and then clouds on the increase by the afternoon. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that. I did put us in the mostly sunny category today rather than a mix of sun and clouds, but again, that'll be something we'll continue to keep an eye on. I really don't think the clouds will have an effect on our temperatures today, whether or not we are sunny or we at least have a little bit more cloud cover. I still think in general we will be around 63 to 66 degrees for most of northeast Kansas. In the meantime, we will have an opportunity for rain to return to our area Thursday night. I think the instability will be just off to our west, and that includes a threat for thunderstorms. So I think it just stays rain in our area across northeast Kansas Thursday night and early Friday morning. But you'll notice that the bulk of the rain is now in Missouri at noon on Friday, and we actually sneak in a little bit of sunshine by the evening hours. So I think we will get a little bit of a break by Friday afternoon and evening before more rain returns late Friday night into Saturday morning. That's going to set us up with a very active weekend with rain likely, and we're in the stay inside category for both Saturday and Sunday. You really want to find a plan B to stay inside, as we are looking at looking more and more likely that it is going to be a washout. Some uncertainty on how long rain lasts into Monday. Right now I have a considered plan B, but still may be dry, especially by the afternoon, with rain likely through the morning hours. So bottom line is we are going to be looking at rain chance Thursday night through Friday night, but it really begins to increase over the weekend. And right now it looks like the heaviest activity will be falling Saturday night into Sunday morning with the heaviest of the rainfall. But by Sunday evening, we could be looking at many spots getting 1 to 3 inches worth of rainfall. So rain, and much needed, is going to be on the way, which means take advantage of the dry conditions today and tomorrow.
Get those lawns mowed, right?
Yeah, and also pack your umbrellas.
Yes, make sure they're handy.
Yeah.
It's time now for the Braggin' Wall, sponsored by Ravenwood Lodge, an outstanding destination for hunting, sporting clays, fundraisers, business retreats, and more. Braggin' writes today, go to Emmett for his yearling buck. Take a look at those two little guys together.
So cute.
I love it. Well, and I can't tell, has the buck grown in that other picture, or?
I'm not sure, but it's amazing that he's able to just pose next to it and the yearling is just completely comfortable.
I know, what a cutie, or what two cuties right together. Submit your own hunting and fishing photos to the Braggin' Wall on the morning show page, WIBW.com/thismorning.
Well, coming up, the undefeated Topeka High softball team added a new banner last night.
And after the break, hear from the team on the historic night in the Trojans' history.
This is First Alert Weather.
All right, other than a few clouds from time to time throughout the day, I think in general it will be mostly sunny. Still unseasonably cold, about 10 degrees below average for this time of year at 64. East wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mostly clear tonight with lows of 40. This will be the last cool night for a while. And tomorrow will be topping out at 68 degrees with a little bit better chance of seeing mostly sunny skies. And the last dry day for a while, as there will be an opportunity for some rain Thursday night into Friday, especially for the first half of the day, and maybe even a rumble of thunder during the day on Friday. I think by the late afternoon, evening hours of Friday, it will be dry before rain moves back in late Friday night and into the upcoming weekend. In fact, it is looking more and more likely it will be a washout over the weekend, and we will continue with the unsettled weather pattern for next week as well, though there may be a little bit better chance of seeing some periods of dry conditions for next week, Monday through Wednesday. So we are going to be continue to keep an eye on our rain chances and storm chances. The good news is the risk for severe weather is low, but lightning and flooding is certainly something we'll definitely keep an eye on over the weekend. 6:27 right now. We'll be right back.
Coming up, neighbors recount a Monday night home explosion that rocked much of Jackson County and remember the life that was lost. And a new pet food manufacturing facility could be bringing more jobs here to the capital city. We'll share those stories and more straight ahead on 13 News This Morning.
Live, local, experienced. This is 13 News This Morning, Kansas News Leader.
Good morning, friends, and good morning to all of you. I'm Jared Broyles alongside Alyssa Willits and Doug Myers. We are glad that you are waking up with us this morning, and I'm still waking up, guys. I'm dragging a little. I told you last night was Little East kindergarten graduation, so we partied hard. We had lemonade and cookies.
And where's the food? You said you would bring the food.
I know.
Wow.
I forgot to pack it last night, and so this morning I was late getting out the door. I know. So I'll have to bring something in for you guys because I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of cookies left over. So if you don't mind eating ones that, you know, are like a day or two old, which they're amazing. They have my daughter's name on it and like happy graduation, but like who cares? They're cookies, right?
That's so cute.
Yeah, exactly.
Food is food around here. It doesn't last long, does it?
Right. No.
All right, let's take a look at the morning weather because Doug has been tracking the forecast and it pretty much, should I do it, Doug? I'm not very good at it, but it's just rain, right? Is that the headline, rain?
Well, later. We have a couple more days before that gets back into forecast. So let's talk about our short-term forecast, which includes dry conditions. Now, we are still dealing with a little bit of cloud cover left over from yesterday and last night, but I am expecting this cloud cover to continue to scatter out of the area, giving us more sun here in the next couple of hours. You can see the cloud cover overhead in the Emporia area. Again, I do expect this cloud cover to scatter out a little bit here next couple of hours. So have the sunglasses handy. We'll certainly keep a trend. 50 degrees right now in Emporia. Most spots are right around 50 degrees. However, it's more in the mid-40s near the Nebraska-Kansas border. And that's where it's just a little bit cooler. It's 6 degrees cooler in Concordia compared to what it was yesterday. Otherwise, everyone else is dealing with very similar temperatures. So yesterday, we had highs in the low to mid-60s. We had quite a bit of cloud cover. There were a few peaks of sun here and there throughout the day. I think we'll increase our chances for more sun today. today, but there's still maybe a little bit of cloud cover throughout the day, especially early this morning and then again late this afternoon as temperatures will top out around 64. So only a degree or two warmer than yesterday. Winds out of the east at 5 to 10 miles per hour. But more importantly, we are expecting dry conditions not only today but into tomorrow as well. And take advantage of that. Mow the lawn, do whatever you need to do outdoors because tomorrow will be the last dry day for a while. In fact, we could be dealing with a washout over the weekend. We'll talk more about that and how much rain to expect coming up.
Thanks, Doug. A Clay Center man was killed late Tuesday afternoon when his car collided with a semi in Dickinson County. The collision was reported at 4:30 yesterday afternoon on K-15 highway, about 21 miles south of Clay Center. KHP says a 2000 International semi-trailer was stopped at 3325 Avenue when it turned onto southbound K-15. A 2017 Kia Forte that was northbound on K-15 then hit the driver's side of the semi. The driver of the Kia, 45-year-old Galen T. Carpenter of Clay Center, was pronounced dead at the scene. He was wearing a seatbelt. The driver of the semi, 35-year-old Elizabeth Bishop of Tennessee Colony, Texas, and a passenger in the semi, 43-year-old Ralph Bauer of Abilene, were not hurt. Bishop and Bauer were not wearing seatbelts. 3 teens who lost their lives when their car crashed into the Cottonwood River over the weekend were remembered yesterday evening by classmates, friends, and loved ones. 13's Joseph Hennessy was in Emporia to show us how they will never be forgotten.
In Emporia, Joseph Hennessy, 13 News.
Thanks, Joe. Another vigil is planned for Friday at Jones Park. We have links to funds to help the families at WIBW.com.
The director of Banner Creek Lake was identified yesterday as the man killed in a Jackson County house explosion. Jackson County Sheriff Tim Morse said that 61-year-old Billy Lou Griffiths was found dead at the scene Monday night. Investigators returned to the property northeast of Jackson Heights High School Tuesday as a fire rekindled in the morning. A statement on the Banner Lake Facebook page read in part, quote, "We love our Lake family. We will miss Lou very much. Pray for his wife, Terry." Terry Griffiths was flown to a Kansas City hospital with severe burns. The Royal Valley School District told us that she works as an audio-video teacher at Royal Valley High School. Neighbors described the power of the explosion.
It was this loud booming sound, and then, the windows were still shaking with the sound. It was so close sounding, I actually came out thinking that it was something on the property, like the garage had blown up or something.
Authorities continue investigating the cause, but at this point do not suspect anything criminal. Over in Topeka, firefighters were able to rescue and revive one dog, but sadly another dog and 2 cats lost their lives in a house fire yesterday morning. The fire was reported just after 11 a.m. at 3517 Southeast Girard. Fire officials say everyone in the home got out safely. The Red Cross was called to assist the 5 adults who lived there. Investigators say that unattended cooking started the fire. Damage is estimated at $15,000.
A Topeka woman is facing drug charges following her arrest Monday. The Topeka Police Narcotics Unit served a search warrant Monday in the 700 block of Northeast Kellam Avenue related to a service call. 22-year-old Angel Alberti was taken into custody for possession of meth, marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and aggravated child endangerment.
As we first reported last month, a new pet food manufacturer is coming to Topeka. Honest Kitchen is planning to open a new manufacturing facility to produce human-grade food for pets, a project that could bring at least 40 jobs to Topeka. The company previously told 13 News that the plant is under construction near the city, but we haven't been told the exact location. JADO approved the incentive package for the project back in December, and they'll discuss giving final approval to the project today.
Celebrating the class of 2021, Washburn Tech honored its newest graduates yesterday. The school handed out diplomas and programs from culinary arts to auto service technology in a ceremony at Washburn Tech's Conference Center. The pandemic made this year's graduation especially significant to many of the graduates and their instructors. This was the first of several commencement ceremonies Washburn Tech is holding today and Thursday. Today wraps up Nurses Week, a celebration of these special healthcare heroes. 13's Melissa Bruner introduces us to 4 women for whom nursing is a family tradition.
4 nurses.
I work on.
That was 13's Melissa Bruner reporting. All 4 also credit their fellow nurses and coworkers who they say are their extended family. And they want to thank the community and let you all know just how much your support has meant throughout this pandemic. Coming up, we'll tell you why the National Gun Rights Group, NRA, had their bankruptcy case dismissed by a judge. Plus, experts have a message for the public after a cyber attack on Colonial Pipelines that has people in some states panic buying gas.
You're watching 13 News, Kansas News Leader.
Welcome back into 13 News this morning. Time is 6:49. Now for a look at what's trending.
This football fish was found washed up on the shore of a California beach. This disgusts me. This story is disgusting. It's a type of anglerfish and normally lives more than 2,000 feet below the surface in pitch black water. We can see why. Though the fish itself is quite common, it's hardly ever found outside of that environment. And that appendage thing on its head that's like reaching out towards us has multiple bioluminescent tips and is used as a sort of fishing rod to attract prey in the darkness. Football fish are capable of sucking up prey the size of their own bodies. Also, only the females can get this large, reaching a size of up to 24 inches.
I mean, it's kind of cool that we're able to see something that's that below.
It is. I'm just freaked out by it.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. Well, Nathaniel Grayson is the infamous drive backwards on the freeway guy. That's what he's been labeled, I guess.
What?
Nathaniel was actually taking emergency action, though, after his steering locked up while driving on State Route 16 highway in Washington. So Nathaniel decided to drive in reverse to reach the nearest exit. Federal records show it is a problem owners of early 2000-era Chevy Malibus have been reporting online for years, suddenly leading to loss of control. Nathaniel says that he heard all the comments online about this being a stunt, but he says what actually happened was a small miracle. He says, quote, "Really, I was just trying to save my life and make sure nobody else got injured." I'm so glad he was able to take quick action and no one got hurt, for sure.
Yeah, good for him. Not trying to create a viral moment, just trying to be safe. All right, now to Massachusetts. A German short-haired pointer named Titus is now back with his owner, who says the dog was stolen out of his car. Luckily, a news crew spotted the suspect, who was walking the dog, and confronted him. The man admitted to taking the animal. He says he saw the dog barking in the car and thought it was supposed to be a dog he was walking. Whatever. 24 hours had gone by since Titus was taken, and the suspect never called police or the owner, whose phone number is on the dog tag. Titus is okay and back with his dog dad now. Titus's dad says he was just glad the news crew was there. The suspect was, see, we're there for you, was charged, but he did apologize and said the dog was treated very well.
I mean, I guess at least it was treated well, but don't try doing that to my dog, dude.
What a weird story.
Yes. Well, researchers at Singapore's Nanyang Technological University have found a way to talk to Venus flytraps using smartphones. This is interesting. Tiny conductive electrodes are attached to the trap portion of the plant, which sends electric signals to the electrodes using an application on a smartphone. Technology is amazing nowadays. The signals tell the plant to close the trap, and it slowly shuts as it does when catching a fly. Researcher Luo Yifi says right now we are exploring using plants as living sensors to monitor environmental pollution like gas, toxic gas, or water pollution. The plant technology still has a long way to go before it can be used commercially, though.
I mean, do we have to have technology to talk to plants? I mean, my wife talks to her plants, like as she's like, you know, watering them and like, I mean, I don't know.
Well, if it's going to help with toxins, then I'm all for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Share your favorite trending stories with us by using the social media hashtag WIBW.
Stick around for the top stories of the morning at 6:55, and after the break, Doug Myers has another check of our weather for the day and weekend ahead.
It's time for the stories you need to know and your out the door forecast.
Governor Kelly is encouraging Kansans struggling with internet bills to apply for the FCC's emergency broadband program. The program, which opens today, provides discounted internet service to qualifying households. Eligible families can also get an up to $100 discount on a computer, laptop, or tablet after a $10 to $50 contribution toward the purchase price. Governor Kelly applauded the program, calling broadband a necessity for all Kansans. You can find the link to the application and qualifications on WIBW.com.
As we first reported last month, a new pet food manufacturer is coming to Topeka. Honest Kitchen is planning to open a new manufacturing facility to produce human-grade food for pets, a project that could bring at least 40 jobs to Topeka. The company previously told 13 News that the plant is under construction near the city, but we haven't been told the exact location. JADO approved the incentive package for the project back in December. They'll discuss giving final approval to the project today.
It's 6:59, time for your Out the Door forecast. Here's Doug.
All right, we got a couple of tomorrow with highs generally in the mid to upper 60s for most areas, and then we get up into the 70s by the weekend. However, rain chances increase as well. A chance of rain moves in Thursday night and Friday morning. Then we may start to dry out a little bit Friday afternoon and evening before rain is likely over the weekend. Looks like Saturday night is going to be the time that we get our heaviest rainfall for the weekend.
Thanks for watching 13 News this morning.
Get the latest news, weather, and sports at WIBW.com or follow WIBW on Twitter, Facebook, and our mobile app. Thank you for making 13 News this morning the most watched morning newscast.